Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. James Hardhead got traded to the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers. I think a lot of people were surprised by this trade, man. I had to just to do the video, I had to break out the Harden. I had to break out the Harden Rocket jersey. Because I got like three of his jerseys and stuff, man. So they was a good deal at the time. So that's how I look at it as. Um, man, this is the thing with the trade, man. For people that don't know, James Harden got traded to the Clippers. Him, PJ Tucker, and another player for Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris, KJ Martin, Robert Covington, and some draft picks. Um, what this tells me is that the Clippers want to win a title. Um, I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know if they're gonna have like all four of these guys on the start lineup, or are they gonna have somebody on the bench? I don't know. Um, can Russ want to play with Harden again? Is PG and Kawhi gonna stay healthy? Um, and uh, what does this do for their bench? I think they're gonna lose a little bit of the defense with Batum and Covington and KJ Martin, even though KJ Martin just got on that team this year, but they decided to trade him. So it's interesting, man. With the Sixers and the Sixers end of it, with them, but the Clippers getting PJ Tucker. With that, I think that's gonna help them out with defensively. Um, what I'm saying? And that's he's gonna be another 3-point threat. And it's gonna be interesting to see, how PJ Tucker fits in that Clipper team. Uh I think he can help out defensively. He can sub in. Or even he could be an undersized five and have a small lineup or whatever. Um, I think it's just basically with that. How are the Clippers how are they going to kind of team are they going to be, man? Can they stay healthy? Can Harden sacrifice on his can sacrifice to win a title? We'll see that. I mean, Chris Paul is basically doing it in Golden State, so let's see if he'll do that with the Clippers. Now with the Sixers, I think they end up. I think this makes their team better. Um, getting Robert Covington, who I believe he got drafted by Philly, so he's going back to Philly. You know what I'm saying? Batum, which can add a defense and outside threat. Uh, KJ Martin, that's another guy who's definitely a leaper. Definitely defensive, have block shots, crashes the glass and everything. You know what I'm saying? So and then Marcus Morris, who's a good vet. Um, he's a good player. Great, great person. Met him a couple times, man. He's always, I even got a Marcus Morris Pistons jersey, but he signed and everything. So it was pretty dope. But he's a good guy, man. Never met his twin brother, but Marcus is cool. He's real cool, man. Um, I think he'll fit in well with this Philly team, and then it's just all about how the how Philly will come together. I mean, this will put more. This definitely puts Maxi into the number two score. Um, I think they feel like they wasn't gonna get far with Harden, and they wasn't. And then with Harden said what he said about Daryl Morey, the liar and everything. So, and then I didn't understand why, if he's such a liar and you just lost respect for him, why did you decide to come to Philly if you know how he was in Houston? You know what I'm saying? That's the part I don't understand. Like, why would you sign with the team with the guy who is known as a liar? I just don't understand that. But I think it's going to be cool for Philly because this just makes their team better. I think it puts them um, a step better uh, of being one of the top teams in the league or possibly in the Eastern Conference. This could put them right there as the third or fourth best team in the East. Just got to see how they play, and Maxley has played very well, very very well. So let's see how these guys can um, play with Embiid and see how Embiid really plays with this new group of guys that they got. So it's just going to be got a new coach, Nick Nurse. So it's going to be interesting to see how he coaches this team, this new players coming into the league. So it's going to be interesting to see that. Um, like I said, it's a put up or shut up for the Clippers, man. It's like with this kind of lineup, you don't win a title, it just ain't gonna happen. You still got Denver, you got Phoenix out there, you got Golden State, you got all these teams in the West, and um, it's gonna be difficult for the Clippers. So they're gonna have to really stay healthy. But we all know Paul George and Kawhi are not gonna stay healthy. They never do. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they just got I don't understand the trade from the Clipper side of it on why you would want to sign James Harden. And no, he doesn't make a team better. He's not a team player like that. He's an individual. He's been like that for a long time. That's why his teams never went to the finals. You know what I'm saying? He just never got to the point to where he could lead a team to the NBA finals. You know what I'm saying? He could be an important piece to go to a finals. I mean, seeing that with OKC, but when he was with OKC, they was a young up and coming team. You know what I'm saying? With him and Harden and Durant and Kendrick Perkins and Serge Ibaka and all those those guys. You know what I'm saying? So they were a young team and they were up and coming team. Kind of wish these guys would have stood around and stayed on that team and see how things would have been, but things happen, man. So that's what happens in the NBA. But wish the best of luck to both teams, man. Hope the trade works out both ways. More likely, it's probably going to work out for one. I think Harden probably got at least a couple more years in him, and then he's going to retire. So after a while, he's not going to really have anything, to prove to anybody. You know what I'm saying? If he gets a championship, he's probably going to retire. If, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, definitely much respect for everybody in the trade, man. I like KJ Martin too, man. I think he was a baller. He's definitely a baller. Nice dude, cool. Um, it's crazy, but the trade deadline, man, and probably gonna be seeing some moves then with these trades. It's just hit you by surprise, and this one definitely hit everybody by surprise. But James Harden wanted to leave. He left, so now it's put up or shut up, man. It's like I don't want to hear nothing else from James Harden. This is probably your best chance of winning an NBA championship. And if you mess this up, this is on you. You decide you wanted to leave. You wanted to sign with the Clippers. You got your wish. Now it's put up or shut up. Stay healthy. Play some defense because the Clippers are known to play defense. So you have to play defense. You know what I'm saying? Ty Lue teaches that. He's like, hey, Kawhi doing it, our best players do it. You gotta be on the defensive end too. And hopefully he can adjust his game, but more likely he might just be the stubborn, hard head James Harden that we all know. So it's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? It's just when you start saying stuff like that, um, when you really, really start saying things like that, man, that is like that's not a good look. And teams will double look and be like, yo, he's making fun of um the front office. He's he ain't got no shame. A lot of teams won't sign guys like that because they're troublemakers. Even when he was with Brooklyn, didn't really want to sign, but he signed a contract. Then he's like, "Hey, I got to leave." So you just never know with NBA, man. It's so tricky, and guys request trades all the time, and it's just a respectful way of doing things like that. You can do it behind closed doors. You ain't got to do it in public. It never made sense to me, man. Like, why talk about an organization after you leave? You don't even do it when you there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wait till you leave to want to say something about that. Like, come on, man. But in Harden case, he said it with on the same team, with the general manager of the team. So he didn't. I don't know, man. It just doesn't. This trade to the Clipper side makes no sense to me at all. The only other way I can say is he wants to win a championship. Now you have to win one because you don't make this kind of trade and give up the players and then give up the draft picks for one player like this and you don't win a title. It's gonna be a failure. It's gonna be an absolute failure if they don't win no title this year. And then you got another. Luckily, you haven't played that many games. It's just the season just started, so you have a whole season to figure this out. You know what I mean? If you can't figure it out, that's on y'all. But with Harden doesn't make a team better. He doesn't. He doesn't make a team. Not one team since he's led Oklahoma City that he's made better. That you can just sit around here and say, yo, he's going to be the main guy who's going to lead us to a championship and win. No, because he needed help. He needed Chris Paul to get to the Western Finals at Houston. You know what I'm saying? Went to Brooklyn. You had to try to get KD and Kyrie, and y'all couldn't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? You get traded to Philly, and now you can't even get past the second round. You know what I'm saying? Embiid did most of the majority of the work. And now, him and Embiid is talking like, man, this is just hard to do that when it's 5-on-2. I'm like, man, when you ball hogging, you got to learn how to be a team player and you got to learn how to use your team. Have trust in your team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just bulldoze. I mean, you know, Michael Jordan, Kobe, they did the same thing, but they gave uh they got it between they got it in them and say, well, I need to start using my team. Jordan had to do that. Kobe had all these greats had to do that. You have to use your team. If you can't use your team, then you're just gonna keep losing. In some cases, you're not gonna go to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You are gonna go to the playoffs, but then you ain't gonna get past the play-in or the first round anyway, because you're not using your team. You can't shoot every time. Like, yeah, getting triple doubles is nice, but when it's down the line, you can't still keep jacking up threes and just doing everything. It's like have trust in your teammates. Like those 10 assists, they're nice, but you know what I'm saying? How much how many of those 10 assists, you know what I'm saying, are you just like, okay, I just want to fill up the stat sheet. I want to do this. Like, it's a lot of them that do that just to fill up the stat sheet. Some of them don't really want to pass. They just want to fill up the stat sheet so they feel like, oh, okay, I get a triple double if I do this. It happens. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is with this Harden trade, like I said, the Clippers, they have to win a title this year. They have to. If they don't, it's a bust. You don't give all that you gave up for one player who is 34 years old, who only has a couple of years. So probably after he's done with the Clippers and the contract that he has, he's gonna retire. He's going to retire. What's going on, Foster? What's up? Yeah, they do. They do. They definitely need to use the abilities, man. You got to use your talent. It's a lot of um everybody wants to like be on the same team. It's like everybody want to build these super teams, man. It's like whatever happened to just going in the draft and just building your team and then you just get better that way. Like they don't have patience no more. The patience level is gone when it comes to these teams. Like the organizations get fed up, they ain't got no patience. Definitely the fans don't have any patience. So they're not going to and then a lot of these players, they only care about paychecks anyway. So they don't care about having a team go. But that's why I have respect for teams like Oklahoma City, Memphis, my Detroit Pistons. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of these teams that's building from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? And then, getting better as a team yearly, like how Golden State did with, drafting Steph and Clay and Draymond and Kevon Looney and all these guys, drafting Jordan Poole, even though he's gone. But it's all about good drafting and having good veterans. You have the right amount of young guys and then vets that can teach them the things. It's gonna all work out. But the league, but with just sports or in general, they have an issue with trying to they have an issue with patience and trying to build a team. Like a lot of organizations, they're not gonna wait 5 years. They want things to happen now. You know what I'm saying? That they don't have the patience. It's like you gotta have patience. That fans gotta have patience. If you got a young team, they're gonna struggle. They're gonna have um turnovers and everything like that. That's gonna happen. It happens with every young team. In some cases, it happens with veteran teams. Like veteran teams, they make mistakes too, just like young teams do. So it's just the right they gotta use, yeah, like you said, Foster, they have to use the abilities and they have to use their team. Like I said, Jordan, it took him a while to figure out, hey, I got to start using my teammates because if I'm doing this by myself, I'm hurting myself. I'm getting fouled hard, just like how the Pistons did them. You know what I'm saying? It took him a while to figure out, man, I got to use my team. I got to pass it to Scotty. You know what I'm saying? I got to pass it to BJ Armstrong. I got to pass it to John Paxson. I got to pass it to Stacey King. I got to pass it to all these different guys for me to win because if I have the ball and I'm trying to go to the basket, they're going to foul me hard. My body's going to be aching. He got to get stronger. He had to get his game better. He had to just understand, like, I have to use my teammates and I'll be all right. And then, that 91 season, they won that first title. They were determined. They were focused. And then, one title got to be 6 and 8 years. So it comes with patience. It took Michael what 7 years to get him as the first title. So it takes a while. It takes a while with certain teams. That's why I have so much respect for um young teams. The OKCs, the Pistons, the teams like the Minnesota. Even though I didn't agree with the whole Rudy Gobert trade, but it is what it is. But Harden, man, to me, oh yeah, Horace Grant was a good player. He was a good player. They don't win those first three championships without Horace Grant. They definitely that is he is so underrated. Power forward. Horace Grant was a good player. Great outside. Great outside shooter. He was even part of that Orlando team. With Shaq and Penny and Dennis Scott, and Nick Anderson. So it takes time, but people got to be patient. They have to be patient, and a lot of fans they just not patient. A lot of organizations not patient. They want to win right now. They pay their money stuff. But I understand, fans they pay their money and stuff, but you got to understand it took it upon yourself to pay that money. If you know how your team is and everything, then if you know that they're a bad team and they're gonna struggle and stuff, you have to know that going in. You can't just be like, "Oh man, I hope this team gets better." It's like sometimes it takes time. It takes a lot of time. Look at Denver. Nobody expected Denver to win an NBA title last year. Nobody expected them that. Nobody expected Miami to be an eighth seed and go all the way to the finals. That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. But James Harden, man, I tell you, we gonna pray for the Clippers. We gonna give them a deep prayer and hope they know exactly what they're doing, which we don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? So it is absolutely crazy, man. But I hope the trade works out for both teams, man. Hardhead, as I call it. I don't call it Harden. I call him Hardhead. But yeah, I just wanted to say this. Just want to say thank y'all for giving the video. Thank you, Foster, man. Thank you very much joining in. And join in on this podcast, man. Bears Country, Bears Country podcast, man. Just definitely like and subscribe there, man. They Chicago Bear fans, man. You got to support their content. They put together some very good content. I have much respect for those guys there, and I like their content. They're Bear fans, but I still like their content. They put some good stuff together. So definitely give a shout out to definitely my man Foster there and his podcast for sure. And yes, sir, definitely gonna stay safe, and you too. It's getting cold out here, man. It's cold out here. It's in the late 30s and 40s, man. It's cold. I gotta put on a coat. So, but yeah, I'm looking for because I'm a yeah, anybody that's gonna be at the Pistons game tomorrow, I'm gonna be at the Pistons game. They're playing the Portland Trailblazers. So anybody that comes to the games, you see me there, man. Just holler at me. I'm not gonna bite, so it's just gonna be cool. But yeah, man, Pistons, Portland, 7 o'clock. Um, yeah, it's snowing here too, man. It's snowing here too. It is definitely snowing here too. But definitely that just let y'all know, stuff that's, events that's going on during the week. Um, tomorrow, like I said, the Pistons, they're gonna play again Sunday against Phoenix. Then next Monday, they're gonna play against Golden State. I think next Friday, they're gonna play against Philly, the start of the in-season tournament. Um, Anybody that goes to the U of D, Detroit Mercy game against Wayne State, it's $2 at the door. I think all the proceeds is going to the Detroit Public Schools of kindergarten through sixth grade. So anybody that goes, show support for the schools, show support to the universities. I'm gonna try to, yeah, I'm gonna try to be there as well. Um, so yeah, if y'all see me there, just shoot me a holler. Because the Lions got a bye week, so it's gonna be they don't play to the 12th. So I'm like, uh, ain't used to them not having a bye week, but I'm gonna definitely speak on the Lions in a different video as well. Um, but yeah, man, I just wanted to say this real quick. Tell me what y'all think about the James Harden trade. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Foster. Thank you, everybody that's having a chance to hear me out and hear my thoughts on sports. There's more to come, definitely. And also, too, check us out on the D313XP. We are doing a show tomorrow at 8:30. I may come on for a little bit because I'm going to actually be at the Pistons game. So I'm going to probably be on with the Pistons maybe for a little bit. We're actually going to have a special guest on there. It's from on YouTube. It's Rolling with FD. Real good brother, man. Y'all like and subscribe his channel. He has some good content on there, man. He collects sport cards. He and also too a Foster, because you're gonna like this too, man. FD is actually he's from Chicago and he's a Bears fan. He's a Bears fan. So definitely. Because he grew up in Chicago. He lives in LA now. Uh Big Bears fan. He used to play football while he was in Chicago. He played high school football and everything. So definitely check him out, man. Rolling with FD on YouTube. Um he puts together some good content, man. I was actually on his show last week. Great show, great content, man. I had a ball. And I had to tell him, I said, yeah, man, you got to come on our show, man. You got to. And yes, tomorrow night at 8:30, 8:30, 8:45 Eastern time, 7:30 Central. We definitely gonna be on. Um, Definitely gonna be on tomorrow. But yeah, man, just check Roland with FD out on YouTube. He's like I said, he got some good content. He's a sports fan. He collects sports cards of football, basketball, and he's a big Bears fan. So shout out to him. So this I've been rambling a lot. Sorry, y'all, but man, something that always got a lot. That's what comes with this content creating thing, man. So I'm going for real, man. I'm a holler at y'all later. Peace.